We're here at Oshkosh 2025, and we have a very impressive collection of warbirds here this year. Probably the best I've ever seen. Starting with this P-38 Lightning, one of my favorite aircraft. It's been a number of years since I've seen one of these fly. Remember one year I was talking with the pilot of one of these, not realizing it was Steve Hinton, the winner at Reno. I think he's won the Reno championship, I don't know, 5 or 7 times or something like that. But he was piloting it. And over here we have something very unique. This is sort of a replica of an Emmy Messerschmitt 262. This was the first functional jet fighter aircraft introduced in either 43 or 44 by the Germans. I guess this replica was built in 2010, and it uses more modern engines that are from like a Learjet, I think I'm told. But they do claim that it is like an exact replica. All the measurements are perfect because they looked at one and measured everything. And I guess it still has a serial number based on like a fuselage that was never used or something like that from Messerschmitt. But I seen this fly in today, and man, it sent shivers, you know, down my spine just thinking what it would be like to be an American or British pilot or Soviet pilot in World War II and see one of those coming at you. Here we have a Wildcat. There's a number of Wildcats here. I think there's 7 of them. Must be some anniversary or something like that. And I believe this is called a Helldiver. SB2 something or other. I wasn't actually even familiar with this aircraft until I seen it here last year. Alright, that sun is really extreme. It's hard to see. Yeah, last year they had like rockets and stuff underneath here. You can see the break when they did the dive bombing. Another Wildcat. Here's a Hellcat. Don't see many of these for whatever reason. I don't know why. You see a lot of Corsairs. This used the same engine as the Corsair. It's operated from carriers at the same time. But, a rare P-47 Thunderbolt, also known as a Jug. This is a Razorback, an earlier model. Doesn't have the bubble canopy. It's a huge airplane. That massive turbocharger that's back there. There's a newer Thunderbolt, even though it's not really new. And I'm told that these things are about to go out of commission, I think after this year, which is really sad because that's such a cool aircraft. That gun on this thing. Plane built around a giant Gatling gun. Moving on, we have a Bearcat. This was, I don't know if this was introduced before the war had ended or not, but I know this is like the kind of pinnacle design of piston fighter aircraft. Features some kind of, I don't know, hydraulic assisted mechanism or something like that in the flaps to give you more agility at speed. I know that in the Sea Fury had that. And then here is a Tiger Cat. Another aircraft that I think was introduced at the very end of the war. Don't think it saw service in World War II. And once the jet engines came out, it was obsolete. But just take a look at how slim the area is of the main fuselage where the cockpit is, and it's got these giant 2 engines on it. So this thing was built for some speed. Twin Beach here. Hindenburg, just kidding. No, this isn't a Twin Beach. What exactly is it? Let's see. It's a Beach AT-11. Chipmunk right there, and a T6. So I'm guessing these are the trainer aircraft here in this little area here. Trained for, well, this was trained for, learning how to bomb, I guess. Another view of that Messerschmitt back there. Okay, so I'm gonna walk around to the front because the sunlight is so extreme, and we'll work our way this way. But we got a bunch of P-51s and Corsairs. I see let's see, what is that, a P-40 Warhawk. So. Okay, so we are now at the front of the area that they call Fighter Town, and this area is mainly dominated by P-51 Mustangs and Corsairs. Those seem to be the 2 most popular warbirds that people fly. Obviously, we have some other stuff here in the mix, though. We got a few Wildcats, as I mentioned earlier. There's a total of 7 Wildcats here this year. That's a lot. Here's a few D model P-51s. Wildcat. Okay, some Corsairs. It's an iconic looking airplane with that gull wing. I think this is a Marine Corps one. Let's see. Huh? Doesn't say. Just part of the Commemorative Air Force. Another Mustang. This is a Korean War hero, the name of this Corsair, flown by Jim Tobel. Him and his buddy Scooter, who owns a Mustang named Quicksilver. They always fly together in a group called the Class of 45. What's interesting is Jim's father actually died flying this aircraft, but Jim took it upon himself to rebuild it and start flying it in air shows himself. So there's a lot of history in that airframe. Okay, so here's a Marine Corsair. Our D models, and we'll have to stop over there. There's a P-40 Warhawk. the Old Crow. So Colonel Bud Anderson, he just passed away, I think in 24. And he was, I think, a triple ace. He flew the Mustangs, he flew both of these. D model here, and I think this one is a B model. And it has a Malcolm hood on it. You can't see it right now with that cover that's over the canopy, but yeah, I think Jack Roush, big race car Mustang enthusiast, I think he's the one that either owns or provided the funding to have these restored. But yeah, as you can see, Colonel Major Anderson there. What is that? 16, 17, 18 kills? Is that what I see? 4 times 4, 16. Most of these I've seen numerous times. I've been coming to this air show for 10 or 11 years or so, and some of them I've even seen at Sun and Fun or other small air shows. I've never seen this one before though. And this one's got a full arsenal on it. It's got some rockets, it's got some, I think, are what, 250 pounders, 500 pounders. Look at that. So it says an F-51D, so I wonder if this was an Apache. No. I'm not sure. This looks like a more of a ground attack plane, I guess, than a fighter. Or it's configured that way, at least. Maybe someone in the comments could tell me. View of the cat family over there. Tiger cat. This one may have been flown with the Flying Tigers. I could just be making that up, I don't know. This one looks like so pristine, like it looks like it was literally just built. Of course, they got it roped off here too. So I don't know if this is a fresh restoration or what. Yeah. Talks about the restoration they did on it. So if you got a couple $1 million to spend, you can have something like this too. Okay, so we were primarily looking at World War II and some Korean stuff, and now we're going to transition into some Vietnam era stuff. There's the legendary Huey helicopter. This helicopter just came in, and I have no idea what it is. This looks a lot more modern than Vietnam era, but what do I know?
It shakes fan off.
Quick look in here. Pretty cool. Reminds me of Apocalypse Now and what's the other one? Full Metal Jacket. Ride of the Valkyries. Over here we have a really unique looking aircraft. Remember the first time I saw one of these in the sky, I thought it was a Black Widow. Kind of has that fuselage like a P-38 Lightning, or don't know what the technical name for this is, but yeah, I don't know if this was like a scout aircraft. I know some of them had guns on them. Yeah, this one has guns, see? So, but excellent visibility. You can see with this canopy, you can, it's wider than fuselage is, so you could look down. And this has some very high RPM turbofan engines. Make a very high frequency noise, and if you're standing next to this thing while it's running at full RPM, well, your ears are not going to be happy. Ask me how I know. Another cool thing about this plane is I've seen it back up before. They could rotate the pitch on these blades 180 degrees and put it in reverse. It's too bad they got the canopy covered up, but this is a pretty cool looking helicopter. Everything's just totally exposed on it. 6-cylinder air-cooled Continental engine, positioned vertically. You can see it drives the rotor, and I'm told these are wooden blades up here. I don't know what these things are, but they're airfoils. And here's the drive shaft that goes to the tail rotor. So cool how everything is just exposed on here, though. I don't know what this was used for. Here we have a Cessna Skymaster. Remember seeing one of these on, let's see, I think it's Apocalypse Now as well. Twin engine, kind of rotating. I guess it doesn't produce a torque. I'm not a pilot, but if I were to want to plan, I'd like to have a 2-engine one for redundance. So. Don't know what this is here. Doesn't look like a combat aircraft. Look like it's more something to shuttle the officers around, maybe. Classified intelligence. Another Huey. This one's got some guns on it. 50 cals. No, these aren't 50 cals. I don't know what these are actually. This is Puff the Magic Dragon. World War II era DC-3 or C-47 that they retrofitted with these miniguns on it. Officially, it's called an AC-47 gunship. This is like the grandfather to the current AC-130. Well, yeah, I guess this thing would light up the night sky in the jungle. Oh, no idea what that is. That's a long. What kind of plane is that flying right there? Somebody tell me. It's the plane that's being taxied right now. That is called a Grumman C1 Trader, I believe. Trader or Tracker, I'm not sure. The way the wings fold up on this is pretty unique. You see they fold over backwards like that. T-28 trainer, text in there, T-28s. I don't know what this little chopper's called. I've seen this here many times before. I want to say it's a little bird, but it's not. Something else, part of that same family though. OH6A. There's Skymaster. And this helicopter, which I think is really cool. It's like a four-seater. You can't really see because of the glare, but really hear the turbine spooling up on this baby. This came in about a half hour ago. Check out that tail rotor there, how it's there's a name for this, how it's enclosed like that. Not sure what that big transport aircraft is. But yeah, they got so many planes here this year. They're having to rearrange stuff, pack everything like sardines here. Here we have some Avengers. Not sure if these are TBFs or TBMs. George H.W. Bush flew one like this and was shot down. So let's see. Again, these have the canopies covered up, but these always have that ball turret in the back where the gunner sat. This one over here does not. This one was not used as a bomber. It was just used as a COD. Deliveries to and from the carrier. So this one does not have that ball turret. Big 17 there. I was talking with the owner of this one, and he was telling me this one has 7 seat belts in it. So this had, I guess, the pilot and 6 people could ride in this one. TBM, so that's a General Motors. Whereas these guys, I think, only had a capacity of 4. Interesting how the wings fold on these, huh? Their Bearcat here. Some photo ops here.
Can everyone group in a little closer? Photos. Camera? Hey, don't hold the camera. Oh yeah, I totally forgot you were over there.
In your bag.
Are you not going to get the photo? Yeah, you should.
Here we have a pair of, let's see, Douglas Sky Raiders. I think Sky Raiders. That sound right? These are twin seat models. Or at least this one is. There's 3 of them. So is this one.
This is the airplane from here to here, and there's one on either side and one over with the wings.
50 cal with a bunch of rockets. I know this aircraft was in service for a long time. I think it was introduced in 45 and Wildcat. Look at that, we have rows and rows of T-28s here. Stacked 3 high. Couple L-39s here. Czechoslovakian built for the Warsaw Pact countries. You can see this one is a racer. Doesn't have the tip tanks. Like that. Those have been removed.
We do that one right there.
USA and world speed records. 536 miles per hour. Won Reno Gold. Wow. Just a few years ago it won. Very cool. Don't know what this is. It's Russian. My favorite bomber of all time. We'll get to this later. B-17 aluminum overcast. Pink jet. Another L-39 flown by a female pilot. And I forget what this is. It's an Italian trainer. Marchetti. Kind of the equivalent, I guess, of the L-39 jet trainer. An Albatross pulling in right now. More L-39s. These are T-33 shooting stars. Camera ain't focusing, but you see it. It's over there. And this, I saw this fly today. This is a de Havilland Vampire. Made mostly from wood. This was a one of the first British jets released a few years after World War II. by the Swiss Air Force then. I see some German. I think it's German. Their Twin Beach. Block of MiG-17s over there. Man, I wish the camera would focus. There we go. A-26 Invader, I think there. This was the plane that had the nose gear that failed to come out during landing a few years ago, and when it landed, the props, you know, it bottomed out, and the props obviously hit the ground, and it was a spectacle, but nobody got hurt, and it didn't cause a fire. Another A-26 Invader here.
It came out okay. I wish the face was going the other way. Like he has her looking back.
Talking about the nose art on the plane right now.
And then the prop, you know, I was supposed to
put Another Albatross just landed. How cool. Don't know what this is. I think it's a Lockheed aircraft though. Might be Randy Ball right there. It's a flying boat. This would be fun to own. This would be like your go anywhere yacht, RV, plane. Bunch of L-39s just went out cruising together. Here we got a row of DC-3s. There was one here 2 days ago. It was a had been converted to turboprops, done by Bassler. That was unique hearing that thing. I got a video of that. Not flying, but just taxiing around and So as I mentioned earlier, here's a B-17. This is my favorite bomber. B-17 and the B-24 were the primary bombers of World War II, primary heavy bombers of World War II, used in Europe. A lot of guns on this thing. I forget exactly how many, but... And unfortunately, this was owned by the museum, aluminum overcast. And you used to be able to take this thing for rides for like $800 or so. You can go for a ride in this thing. It would last maybe half hour. Then a few years ago, on all the B-17s, they developed some type of issue. The wing spars, I guess, were fatigued, and as a result, I think they grounded all these. And I'm told it would take big bucks to re-engineer and build new wing spars. It could be like in the millions, I guess, to get FAA approval. So hopefully it'll fly again, but from what I'm told, it's never gonna. So let's take a look at that ball turret. R2-D2 looking thing. Man. Certainly would not want to be that guy.
Could you imagine being 30,000 feet over Germany, being stuck in that thing?
No, would not want to be.
Yeah.
Or imagine getting shot up and then your crew would have to pull you out of there and hose you down and...
Never realized how cramped it is.
No. Tail gunner. Anyone ever seen that animated movie called Heavy Metal? There's a scene with one of these on there. And who was that guy from the Eagles? Don Felder, I think. Won't you take me for a ride, 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 ride. Oh, that sounds powerful. All right, I'll pause it and then we'll go take a look at these B-25s. Okay, so here we got a whole row of B-25s. Stupid camera. Darker it gets, just doesn't want to focus. But this one I think is the PB&J variant used by the Navy. Instead of having the glass bombardier sight up here, it just loaded with more guns. Really cool aircraft. I like flying these in the game War Thunder because it's kind of a general purpose plane that could do anything. It could act as an attack aircraft, it could sink ships, it could drop a pretty heavy payload, and if you play it right, you got enough firepower to blow anything out of the sky. One year there was one version here that had a like a 76 millimeter tank gun in it, 3-inch bore. Pretty cool. Yeah, that one was called Barbie 3. Seen this one before. That's some cool nose art. Sweet dreams. Avenger. Hope you saw it. It's take a lot of work to keep these things all polished like that. Got the privilege of going inside this one, Panchito. This guy, Larry Way, I believe is his name. He's a lawyer. He takes us to like every air show there is. Sun and Fun in Florida, Oshkosh here. Don't know what this is. It's painted to look like a tiger cat.
Hey.
Howdy. No idea what this is either. First time ever seeing it. And as that thing sit low to the ground, it's like a bathtub. Avenger. And then the final plan I want to look at is this one over here, so let's get a little closer. Okay, so I think this behemoth is a privateer, which was like a naval version of a B-24 bomber, only instead of having the dual twin tails, it just has the single longer one like that. I'm told that I think that was better for low speed maneuverability. So I'm not sure if this one had the guns removed or just never had the guns, or if it was adapted for use by the Coast Guard later on. Let's go take a look inside. A lot of room for passengers in here. What's cool is they even allow you to go in the back too. While this was taxiing in here, you know, I seen a couple people back here, someone in the tail seat. Yeah, 4-engine. B-24 had some type of like kind of front-mounted turret. Of course, they're came in pretty hot, huh? Jeez. remember seeing a video of one of these a number of years ago. A fire water bomber like this, and the wings just like fell right off, and the wings just came apart on the aircraft as it was flying. Alright, so I guess that's about all I wanted to show you guys. In this section is all your trainer aircraft, your Texans and your Chipmunks and things like that. So I don't find those as interesting, and they're pretty redundant. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and hope you check out more of my videos.